Well, welcome everybody to our Zoom tonight. We appreciate you spending a few minutes with us tonight as we talk about being a healthy teacher and what that looks like for you. First of all, congratulations on school being out. I know that for many of you, school was out this week, and if you still got a couple of days to go, just know that it's coming. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and summer break is on its way, and we just believe that this is the perfect time for you to get healthy and to take care of you. And so just by way of introduction, my name is Corey, and I am a certified health coach, and I'm also a minister. I'm not a teacher, but I certainly know what it is like to spend your life investing and taking care of others. And I know that those of you that are on this call tonight, that is what you do, and working with others. And so we are just so excited to have you on. And for me, almost 2 years ago, you see that guy up on the left there of the before and after that had a lot of a gut, and was just very unhealthy. And really, I spent my whole life just pouring into and taking care of others. And I kind of lost track of taking care of me. And so I picked up the phone on a September day in 2014 and made a phone call to someone that I trusted, that had lost some weight themselves, and really began this journey to optimal health. And I lost 30 pounds and decided to pay that gift forward to become a health coach. And it's just been a blast along the way, that not only was I able to lose that weight, but we've now been a part of assisting others to find health and get to an optimal weight, and now pay that gift forward to others as well. And so that's just a little bit about me. There's my family on the lower left there, my wife, Julie, and my two girls, and that's my why. I wanted to get healthy so that I could be a great example to them, be a good dad, be a better husband, and I was able to accomplish those things, and this program was a great part and reason why I was able to accomplish those things. And so now the attention really turns to you. What about you? Where are you at today in your health? And what are you looking to accomplish? Those are really the questions that we want to ask over the course of the next few minutes. Where are you at now, and where do you want to be? And what we love about what this provides to you is an opportunity, a vehicle to take you from where you are now to the place that you want to go. And we're excited because tonight we've got several teachers that are on this recording, on this Zoom tonight, that are able to tell you about their stories and about what being healthy has been able to help them to accomplish as teachers, and how they know firsthand what being a teacher can do to your body and to yourself, and how being healthy is something that is so important. And I'm excited to share their stories with you tonight about why they started this program and what their life has been like since starting this. And again, we want to ask you, where do you want to be? Where are you now? Where do you want to be? Those are two very, very important questions. And, you've got to be able to know the answers to those questions, right now. So even where you're at, where are you at? Where do you want to be? And we want to help you to get there. And so our program really is about what we call Trilogy of Optimal Health. And you're going to hear about some of these components as we move along here tonight. We want to help you to get physically healthy, and we want to help you get mentally healthy. And we also have a component of our program that can assist you in being financially healthy. And, my guess is that if you're a teacher, that you didn't get into the job for the money. You got into it because you loved students. You love taking care of and helping people. But I also know that for many of us that sometimes finances can suffer, especially if you're, working at maybe a private school, and the income maybe isn't as good. Not that it's great in a public setting, but you're just like, man, I love what I do, but I also want to help take care of my family. Well, we can help you to be able to do that, and we'll share with you what that looks like as we roll along here today. But the first speaker that I would like to introduce you to is a 6th grade teacher from Sacramento, California. And her name is Erin Tucker, and she has had just an unbelievable health transformation. And I'd love to have her come and share a little bit about her journey, why she got started, and what her life is like now as a result. So Erin, are you with us tonight?
I am. Hi, thank you.
Hi, Erin. Well, tell us a little bit about your journey.
Thanks. Yeah, my journey started a little over a year ago in May of 2015. And at that point, I had actually just accomplished a few professional goals that I'd always wanted to accomplish. I had been teaching for 9 years at the time. I had finally gotten Teacher of the Year. I had started a master's program, all of these things that I'd kind of always been striving to accomplish. And I still wasn't really happy. I was 270 pounds. I was exhausted at the end of the day. I felt like I wasn't giving my full passion and energy towards my students. And I teach sixth grade. And if you know anything about sixth graders, they require a lot of energy and attention. And my daughter too. I'm married and I have a little 6-year-old. And so I just kind of felt like in all areas of my life, I wasn't as happy as I could have been, considering I was accomplishing all these big things in my life. And so I happened to see one of my teacher friends, Kristen, posting on Facebook about her health journey. And I had always kind of identified with her. She is a teacher in my district, and I observed her early on, and she was just an amazing teacher. And I knew she had kids and she was married. And so I kind of started stalking her on Facebook and following her. And I really thought, like, if this, whatever this is that she's doing, if this is working for her as a wife and a mom and a teacher, like maybe it could work for me. So I went and took that leap of faith, and I reached out to her, and I sat in her classroom on a Friday in May and listened, poured my soul out, cried a lot, and signed up. I did it. I said yes. I was super nervous, but I was really hopeful that maybe this was kind of the missing piece that I had been looking for. And I started my first week in June of 2015 on the last week of school. And teachers, you know how crazy that week is, like slamming out the report cards, cleaning up classrooms, you know, saying goodbye to a year worth of work. And but I did it because I figured now is the best time. And I ended up losing 7 pounds in my first week and went into summer vacation, fired up, ready to go. Already, like in my first week, I was feeling so much better. It wasn't just about the numbers. I had much better energy. I was already my ankles and my knees, I wasn't feeling the pain. So now, a year later, I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary this week on program. I am down 92 pounds, and it's pretty amazing. It feels pretty amazing to be here. I've accomplished a few kind of milestones. I've taken my sixth graders to science camp every year, and we go for a week, Monday through Friday. We go to the Redwoods, and it's an amazing trip. But since my first year, I haven't really been able to keep up with them. There's lots of hills. It's very physically challenging. We zip line, we do this and that. And I've kind of opted out of all of those things because I couldn't keep up. I would hurt my knees. I was exhausted. And this year, my new healthy self, I went ziplining, and it was pretty amazing. The picture down below at the bottom of the corner is me a year ago at science camp, and then now you see me now. But anyways, I feel amazing. My students, I feel like I'm now the role model that I kind of always wanted to be, and that role model for my daughter. And it's been really amazing to kind of be on that journey with my students, feeling like not only physically am I feeling better and looking better, but that mental piece, because we teach in Title I schools and really struggling inner city schools, and it's mentally taxing. I think you know what I mean, but it takes a lot. So kind of not only having the pieces to be able to lose weight, but also really focus on my mental health has been, I think, the piece that is going to make this for me, a lifestyle change and not just, yeah, I lost my 92 pound celebration, but I know I'm never gaining that back. And I know that I have a healthy life ahead of me. And I'm so excited. And you're going to get to meet my coach in a little bit, Kristen, who is such an inspiration to me and is the reason why I'm on this journey. So.
Well, Erin, thank you so much for sharing that, with us today. And as you alluded to this, man, the ripple effect of health is just so outstanding. We love the aspect of paying it forward, and we're going to get into what that looks like here in just a little while. But what an amazing story, and congratulations to you on being healthy and doing that for your family, for your students, but I guess most importantly for yourself. And so congratulations to you. That is just outstanding. Next, we're going to go down to Cape Coral, Florida, and we have Donald Fonts with us, who is a high school math teacher and has had a phenomenal health transformation, not just himself, but obviously, as you can see on the screen there, his wife, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about that. So Donald, are you with us here tonight?
I am, Corey. Thank you very much. So yeah, as Corey said, my wife and I have both done the program. My wife started before I did, a good 6 months, and I was always the skeptic, pessimistic on it. And so when I started, I didn't start until the end of the school year last year, so June of 2015. And I found in 1 week I had lost probably 8 or 9 pounds the very first week right off the back. And by the time I had started school back up at the end of August, I was down 51 pounds. I mean, this program had worked for me. I started it at 308. If you look at the bottom right picture, the one on the left of me, I was about 308 there. The best thing that I've enjoyed about the program is it's easy to manage around a school schedule. I have classes that interchange. I get 5 minutes in between classes, and so I don't have a lot of time. So I need something that's easy to manage, easy to handle, and that's what's been really good about this. The energy levels have been amazing, both for me being active as a teacher. I'm also very active in the Scouts, and so to be able to go out camping and hiking, the energy levels have been tremendous through that. One of the biggest things that it's benefited both my wife and I is from the financial side, the financial freedom. We decided to become health coaches because we saw what it did for us, and we really wanted to pay it forward. Well, what that's done for us financially is it's allowed us to achieve one of our dreams, which is the dream of having my wife be able to stay home as a full-time mom. My daughter is going to be a senior this next school year. My son goes in as a freshman in high school. And so she was able to leave her job a few months ago because of coaching and what it's done for us. So it's been a lifelong dream for me to be able to see my wife achieve her dream. So through us taking our health back in with the program and then being able to pay it forward, not only have we dealt with some freedom in our health, but we've started to deal with some financial freedom, and it's just everything coming together, the weight loss, the financial freedom, everything.
Well, thanks, Tom. I love that, and getting the chance to know you and Julie and hear part of your story and be a part of just a small part of your transformation really has been such a rewarding thing. And I love the fact that you mentioned, because teachers, you guys are busy, you got, many times you got, you don't have time to, eat a lot and, different things like that. But because of how easy this program is to follow, it just works so well with what already is taking place with what you already do as teachers. So thank you so much for sharing with us about your health transformation, but also about your transformation with your finances and what this program has been able to do to help your wife come home. That's just awesome. And then next, I want to go up to Rockford, Illinois, to talk to Amy, who has had just a phenomenal transformation as well. So Amy, are you with us?
I am here. Yes, absolutely. In fact, the picture that you're seeing of me in the white on the, I suppose it would be your left, is my before picture. And it's very hard for me to find a before picture because I was so horrified by any picture that I would always come along behind anybody and delete any on their devices. And so one of the things that, when Corey asked me to come on and talk to you guys, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak into your life for a moment, because it's something that's very special to me, and it's completely changed my life. This program brought back, if I can take you back to remember the new teacher spark, that spark when you first come into the classroom, you've got your own first classroom, you've decorated it the way you want, and you meet your first students, and you know how special those students are the first year of your life. Over time, I had lost that spark a little bit because I didn't know it at the time, but my husband had cancer, and Dad made us go through some financial problems. And long story short, I shortchanged myself and took care of everybody else, like so many of us mamas and teachers do. And so I ended up gaining about 90 pounds that didn't need to be there. And through this program, being a professional dieter and having lost the same 90 pounds repeatedly, I've lost hundreds of pounds. I've kept it off, I got it off, and quicker than I ever had before. And I've been able to keep it off for almost 2 years now. So it's been an entirely different story for me since then. So as you prepare to go back into your classrooms next year, I would just say, take a moment to assess where you are and really maybe look at the root of what might be causing that. I think my physical health, when you feel depressed, when you feel sluggish, when the kids are on your nerves at school, when, the administration's not, you can blame a lot of things, but in all honesty, you have to go to that foundation and see, what do you need for every one of those things? You need your body. You need your body to live in. It's our home. It's our dwelling. And so I would just say, don't coast through life in, a junker when you could be driving, a Lamborghini through life. I mean, seriously, we all can live and optimize our health. And so, and one of the things I hear my kids say all the time on the classroom is, do over, that game didn't go the way I wanted to, do over, or you didn't follow the rules, do over. Well, guess what? We don't get a do-over. We recognize that as teachers, that when the kids come in the fall, we don't get a do-over with them. We get one shot to teach them everything we can. And guess what? When you get to the end of your life, you'll not get a do-over. So, don't coast. Don't coast. Really assess your health, look at it, and know that every single aspect of your life, including what goes on in the classroom, will be touched by this. I have a better marriage. I'm a better mom. I'm a better teacher. And that's what we want for you.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for sharing that. I love your vulnerability and kind of taking us back a little bit to where you were before you got started. And we're all about that. We're all about helping you transform as a whole person. And then I love what you said at the end there about how this has helped you become not just a better teacher, but a better mom, a better wife, better person. And that's what we're looking for. We want to help a person's whole body, whole life transform. And so just congratulations to you. We've talked a little bit about, just what this program is and what it looks like. And one of the things that we say a lot is that we have a health program that includes weight loss. So yes, we do have, it is about weight loss to a certain degree, but more than that, we want to help you get healthy. And the first step for many people is getting to a healthy weight. And so that's the first step. We want to help you get to a healthy weight, but then from there, it's about transitioning to a healthy, transitioning to maintaining your loss, learning habits of health, optimizing health for your age. I mean, we want to assist in really all of those things. And the first step is, for many, getting to that healthy weight, whether for you that's 5 pounds or whether that's 100 pounds or more. We want to help you to do just that. And so if you can imagine a stool that has 3 legs, healthy bodies, being healthy includes several different things. We want to help you to have a mind healthy, and we do that by really filling our heads. And as teachers, the importance of knowledge, and what you feed grows and what you starve dies. We want to help feed your mind healthy things in regards to food and nutrition. And Dr. Anderson, who is a board certified health physician, who has now taken up the mantle of really helping get America healthy, There's a great book that will come with when you decide to get started. There's a book that comes, there's a workbook, and we want to just assist you. Not that we're trying to add homework to your life, but we want to help get this healthy, because if this can be healthy, everything else follows suit. And then we have a coaching and accountability. You mentioned, you heard Erin talk earlier about walking into, her a classroom of a health coach and just saying, hey, I need help. I need accountability. I need coaching. I need assistance. And so that's what this provides, that you're not going to be doing something alone. This isn't just a diet that you're doing on your own. This is a complete habit life change. And a coach is certainly a key element of that being successful for you. And then the third leg of that stool is a nutrition eating plan, which we can provide for you to help you, that will be healthy, but will also fit your busy schedule, as Donald alluded to, with the crazy time between classes. This will work great for those of us that are already busy and have just crazy things going on. So our program is very simple. It's not a diet. This is not like a Nutrisystem, not trying to, bash other programs or any of those types of things. But this isn't just a diet that you're doing. And the problem with diets is they don't work. And the reason they don't work is because after the diet is over and you go back to what life was like prior to the diet, most people gain their weight back after they go on the diet. So this isn't a diet. We're trying to assist you in changing your habits. And so this is a nutrition-based program, and there are no other costs other than your fueling. So you're basically paying for the food that you are eating, which you are already paying for food. It's just going to be different. You're going to be spending your money differently than the way that you're spending it now. It's very cost neutral. And you're not, we mentioned the coaching and the accountability. One of the great aspects of this is that you're not paying for the coaching. You're not paying for the accountability. It's just part of what already happens. The only thing you're paying for is literally your food cost. You're going to eat 6 times a day. 5 of the meals that you're going to eat are going to be sent to you. And 1 meal that you're going to eat is going to be a meal that you prepare on your own or eat at a restaurant with your coaches and with the program's assistance along the way, helping you with portions and what to eat and things like that. And that's all part of the healthy habits that you will learn that will help you to keep your weight off after you get to your optimal weight. And so there's a big difference between fat burn and calorie deficit. It's not just as simple as eating less calories. I tell this to people all the time. You can't, not all calories are the same. You could go on a low calorie diet and just eat Snickers bars all day, and that's not going to be good for you. So it's not just about the calorie deficit, it's about what's in the calories. And so we want to assist you to get the right kind of calories. And what this is going to do by eating 6 times a day and drinking a lot of water, which you'll learn about in just a moment, it's going to get your body into a fat burn or ketosis mode, which essentially your body, that stored fat that you have right now, is actually your friend. It's your ally. And the reason why it's your ally is your body is storing it to use. And we want to assist you with the program to take that stored energy that your body is, that's all fat is, it's stored energy, and use it to get you into what's called fat burn ketosis, which will help you lose weight at a really, really fast rate. But it will also help you feel amazing, because that stored fat is actually a phenomenal energy source. And so not only are you going to lose weight, you're going to feel outstanding. And so we want to assist in that. Again, we're going to get your body and your mind healthy for long-term success. We're not interested in just helping you lose weight for a short term and then gaining it all back again. We want to help keep you healthy truly for the rest of your life. You get a free health coach, community of support, and that is, super important. And then, lastly there, you're not alone, right? You've got accountability. You've got people that are going to be helping you along the way. Your coach is going to be a vital part of your success. And then, lastly here, you're going to succeed. This is going to work. My coach tells me this all the time, and he's so right. And that is, we've never seen this program not work for anyone that applies it. And not to, tear down and bash Snickers today, but, the only way that I can tell you that this program won't work is if you don't do it. Now, if you do the program for, 2 days and then on day 3 go on a Snickers binge, yeah, you're probably not going to have great results, right? But if you do it, it's going to work. It really has to. And so that's why we just tell you this is something that's going to work and you are going to succeed. And so we've got, Dr. Anderson, with our habits of health and our companion guide, Living a Longer, Healthier Life, plus your health coach, and you partner that with healthy nutrition plan. And so maybe what a day is going to look like for you. You wake up, you're going to eat something within about 30 minutes of waking up. You're going to be on a schedule of eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. You're going to mix in what we call our fuelings. And then you're going to eat what we call lean and green meal, which is protein and vegetables. And then you're going to add in half your body weight in ounces of water. Those things combined are going to get you into what we alluded to before, which is a ketosis fat burn, and you're going to lose weight. You're going to feel great, and it's going to be an amazing journey. And so you got to ask yourself these questions. Can I eat every 3 hours? Can I drink a lot of water? Do I want the support of somebody who has gone through this before? Do I want to be healthy? And are you ready to get started? Really, those are the simple questions that you need to ask yourself here today. And I love this slide. It's putting your own mask on first. I just got back from a trip a couple of days ago to my brother's wedding up in Northern Illinois. And we took our kids on our flight, and that was an adventure in and all of itself. But, when you go on a flight and the flight attendants come by to do the little safety presentation, one of the things that they say is, they do the little masks, and they say, make sure to put your own mask on first before assisting others. And they really, really hammer that home because, if you're a parent, it's just in your nature. And I think it's in the nature of teachers as well. We are people that take care of others. You would think if you're sitting in an airplane, I'm going to take care of my kids first. I'm going to make sure my kids get their mask on, and then I'll get mine. But the problem is, if you don't put your mask on first, then you can't breathe. And if you can't breathe, then you can't take care of anybody. And the same is true with health. That if you're not healthy, then eventually you're not going to be able to help anybody. And one thing I know is that if you're a teacher because you love helping people. There's something in you that loves seeing little minds turn on, and you love seeing people learn, and you love seeing people grow. But sometimes if we're not healthy, we can be all about helping other people, and in the process, allow ourselves to become unhealthy. And so what this is all about, this is about you taking control of you and doing something for you so that you can be healthy. And here's the side effect. When you're healthy, it helps you become a better educator, better teacher, as Amy was alluding to, better wife, better husband, better whatever, and better mom, better parent. And that's what we want for you. And it starts with putting your own mask on first and deciding that you are going to prioritize you, because by prioritizing you, it's actually going to help you better prioritize others. And so one more thing that we want to allude to, and you've heard several of the speakers tonight talk about coaches and why being a coach is so important, or why having a coach is so important. And the reason we want to talk about this is because one thing I can tell you is that you are going to lose weight. Again, this is going to work. You are going to be getting a lot of questions. And health almost, it just has a ripple effect. There is such a ripple effect when it comes to health, and there are going to be people that ask you questions, and we want to be able to help better, know what to say when people come up and ask those questions to you. Health is contagious, and how great would it be that because you decided to get healthy, that a whole bunch of people at your school, parents, fellow teachers, administrators, and faculty were able to get healthy as well because of your example. And so what we say is that you can refer to your health coach, and or you can decide to pay it forward and become a coach yourself. Most people decide to pay it forward. And one person that I'd love to bring on today to share with you is Kristen Fulmore. She is a teacher in California and has had just an amazing transformation. She is Aaron's health coach, who spoke a little bit earlier. And I just wanted her to come on a little bit and tell you about her health journey and what that's meant for her as a coach and how this has transformed her life. So, Kristen, are you with us tonight?
I'm here, Corey. Thank you so much. Hi, friends. It's so great to be here with you. I just want to tell you a little bit about my journey. When I started teaching about 12 years ago, I had just finished losing some weight for my wedding. And I'd finally gotten myself under 200 pounds. It was exciting. And in my first year of teaching, I found a lot of stress. I found a lot of chaos in my life all of a sudden. And I found a lot of food in the staff lounge and treats on my desk and things like that. And before I knew it, I had gained 52 pounds in my first year. And all of that extra weight and all of that extra stress led to me getting gallstones and losing my gallbladder and all of that kind of stuff. And I just kind of spiraled for a long time. About the next 11 years, I yo-yoed up and down, up and down, up and down, gaining and losing the same 50 pounds over and over and over, and never really finding success. And it was heartbreaking and it was hard. And I think the problem was that every time that I tried, I went in with that diet mentality that I'm just looking for a quick fix. I'm just looking for something to take the fat away so that I can finally just be a skinny girl, something that I'd never been my whole life. And it wasn't until January of 2015 when a fellow teacher friend of mine that is in my district started posting on Facebook about her health journey and sharing all of these stories. And I immediately saw that this one was different. What she's talking about is so different than anything I'd ever tried. And something that had been echoing in my head was old ways won't open new doors. And that resonated with me. And I knew this was something that I needed to try. I needed something new. And so it took me a while to reach out to her. Actually, I was scared, kind of thinking that it wasn't going to work for me, because at that point I'd kind of given up and kind of accepted the fact that I was going to be over 200 pounds my whole life. And at that point I was 243 pounds, and I'm only 5'3". So for me, that was a lot to carry. But I finally took that brave step and I reached out to her, and it was the best decision I could ever make in my entire life. That conversation that I had with my coach just kind of blew me away when she started to tell me about how this was so much more than a diet, and this is so much more than just, changing what you're eating and losing weight, but it's a whole transformation of your mind, of your heart, of your whole being. And it's all about getting healthy, not just losing weight and getting skinny. While that part's awesome, there's so much more to it. And as I started to lose the weight, I noticed that my body was feeling really good. And I remember going to the doctor and getting my blood drawn. And this was only about 3 weeks after I'd started program. And I always hated getting my blood drawn because I knew the results. Kristen, you're pre-diabetic. Kristen, you've got this, 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 and this. You should really lose weight. Yeah, I know that. Thank you. I've been hearing that my whole life. But this time was different. This time the results came back. And gosh, only after 3 weeks, every one of my stats was in the normal range. Every one of them. I was no longer pre-diabetic. It was like, finally, I'd found my miracle. Finally, I'd found health from the inside out, not just a quick fix. And I knew that this was real. And so it didn't take long for me to start coaching and finding people to build into my tribe, because the way that I was feeling felt so good. And the confidence that I was building in myself was unlike any other. I'd always been somebody that wanted to be a confident girl and wanted to be a great teacher in that regard, and really be the example for my students that I preached to them about. And finally, I'd kind of uncovered that part of myself, and that was exciting. And so as I started coaching and bringing people like Erin alongside me to run, this journey just kind of bloomed and became so much more than I ever expected it to be. I had people doing this with me, and I had just people to keep me accountable and to encourage and to just run alongside. And that was exciting. Now, as a teacher, we want to be the best examples for our students always. and we want to teach them to be healthy. And it felt horrible being a fourth grade teacher teaching about health and, obesity and all that kind of stuff, and being over 200 pounds. It just felt so fake and like I was a liar. And it feels good now to be able to stand in front of students and be living the life that I'm talking about, and that they can look at me as an example of what it means to live a healthy life. And for them to just kind of see me more as a role model in that regard feels exciting. And, through this journey, I've lost 105 pounds. It took me a little over 10 months to do that. And I never thought that that would be possible. And the life that I get to live now, I've always had an adventurous soul, but I've always said no to adventure. And I've always just kind of allowed my fears of, well, I'm too heavy for that, to squash my desire to do awesome things in life. And this picture of me on the far right is a couple months ago, I did a high ropes course at a women's retreat, and that was exhilarating because I've always wanted to do that kind of a thing, but I've never allowed myself to. So just kind of unleashing a new life feels so good. And teachers, that's what we need. That's what we want. We need to break out of our four walls that we isolate ourselves in and break free from the chains that are holding us down. This is it. Find your tribe, find your coach, run to them, and run alongside them in this journey. It will set you free.
Kristen, thank you so much. I so appreciate your willingness to take us back into your journey of where you were before you got started, and what this has been able to do for you has just been so great. And I appreciate you sharing with us here today. Coaching has so many advantages, and the reason we wanted to talk a little bit about this is because obviously as teachers, you're getting ready to walk into your summer break, and so, you might have some flexibilities that you didn't have prior, that you can take this opportunity to work on getting your body healthy, but also maybe to help be financially a little bit more in a better place. We shared this at the beginning, but most people don't become teachers because the money's great. You do it because you love it. But at the same token, how awesome would it be for you to be able to be rewarded for assisting others? There's no territories. There's no inventories that you have to run. There's so many amazing benefits to having a home-based business that you can have be an extra opportunity to assist financially with your family and what you're looking to accomplish. I know for us, we were able to go on a vacation that was completely paid for because of what we do as coaches that we would not have been able to do a couple of years ago because of the stress of what flights and hotels and just being on vacation, how much that cost. It was great to be able to be stress-free on vacation, knowing that we weren't going to be taking vacation back home with us because of the freedom that coaching has provided for us. Helping people, again, what an amazing ripple effect this could have as this made its way through your school and people began to get healthy, which is the most important thing. But then maybe that's something that could impact you financially. Maybe for you, helping a few of your friends, that looks like $345 a month approximately, or maybe you want to take this and work with a lot more and helping 20 to 25 of your friends and making a few $1,000s, and that's something that would really assist you and help your family. We can help you to do that. You see the different average earning potentials there with other jobs versus what Take Shape for Life can provide, and you can see some of the different income levels that are there and what we can help you to accomplish. It really is an awesome thing. And so, if you have any questions and if you want to get started, my encouragement to you is to reach out to the person that invited you on this call or that sent you this recording. Maybe some of you are watching this recording after the fact. Reach out to them, ask them more. Say, hey, what does this look like? If I wanted to become a client, how do I do that? How do I get started? If you have some questions, I really encourage you, again, reach out to the person that invited you on this call tonight or that sent you this recording. And listen, I just encourage you as you move into the summer as teachers that you would take this season to really focus on you. Do what's right for you. And what's right for you is being healthy so that you can continue being an amazing teacher and taking care of others in a selfless way that you already do. And, we say this, it's time for you to start living the life that you've always imagined. And listen, I really do. I truly hope that you give this serious consideration, and I hope you give this a chance. But even if you don't, I appreciate you spending a few minutes listening to these great stories here tonight. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you is just thanks. I know that teachers don't get near the credit that you deserve, but thank you for what you do. Thank you for the long hours. Thank you for not just being there, and I'm sure you could say this better than me, but being a teacher is not just being there when the students are there. You're there for parent-teacher conferences and in-service days and grading papers, and kind of like a minister. It's impossible for you just to leave what you do at the office. You take it home with you. As a teacher, it just becomes part of who you are. And so I just want to thank you for investing and pouring your life into others. You truly are making a difference, and I just wanted to tell you that you're appreciated. And we hope that you give this a chance, but most importantly, that you decide to get healthy for yourself. And I just believe that life will look a whole lot different on the other side of health for you. So thanks for jumping on this call here tonight. And we just absolutely wish you the best. Have a great evening.